Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited that you could join me today. Um, I've made a few promises to talk about dating and, things other than the twin flame journey. Some of you have decided to go on a bit of a dating venture with different people, right? I mean, I don't know. Some of you might have more than one, and some of you might have a few, waiting in the wings, and some of you might have someone that you're thinking about. So, what I wanted to do was to bring you this video today and have a little talk about avoidant attachment. So, I don't know if you've heard this expression before, but most of you would have discovered in your dating life avoidant attachment. So I'm gonna write a few things down in this video. I'm going to put it in the dating playlist. So if you want to come back to this video, it will be in the dating playlist. So I'll just write that down for you. So if you want to take a little screenshot of this particular video, because it's going to apply to most people, 99.999% of people, just like condoms. This video should resonate with most of you. That includes if you're in a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection, or if you're even not in a connection and looking for a connection. This is a really important topic, and I want to bring it to you today because I don't know, I think I might even call it urgent, because some of you don't know what you're dealing with. I've also started a narcissism playlist. If you haven't seen my video, I think I've only got one video there, but there'll be more related to narcissism. That's going to be really important. And my most recent video I did was, I'm trying to think of the title. Just give me a second while I brainstorm. Oh yeah. Type into the search, is that a beard or are you just happy to see me? That's about when you've done all of the work. If you're a twin flame, you've done all the, soul work, and I mean, you never finish doing soul work, but if you've been focused on yourself and doing all of those things, and you're not codependent on the other person, the reason why your twin flame might not be coming towards you is because of that video. So everything will be answered in that video. So I'll just, I don't think I need to write that down. Is that a beard or are you just happy to see me? And that's in the Twin Flame Concepts playlist, all right? So avoidant attachment. Goodness me, oh goodness me. This is a really difficult one, because most people would just say, okay, well, that just means that someone's avoiding me, or someone is emotionally unavailable for me, or, it's really easy to spot someone like that. But sometimes, there'll be a guy or a girl, depending on your gender, depending on your preference of gender, and they will definitely be giving you a whole lot of mixed signals. So that'll be, if you're watching this video and trying to learn a little bit about dating, almost certain that you've seen this, all right? So I'm going to start writing a few of these down. So if you want to take some screenshots, if you're learning at the moment, that's really good. So they will give you mixed messages. They will have this hot and cold behavior. It's very similar to narcissism, in fact. They will perhaps even love bomb you. They will perhaps take their love away for a time. When I say take their love away for a time, that can mean that they will stop texting you or stop calling you just all of a sudden. Everything could be seeming like it's going amazing. They will future fake with you. So they might say, in November, my job is going to make sure I'm a CEO. I will be getting a promotion and then we'll get married. Or in the future, we can have a house with a white picket fence and 11 million babies. You know what I mean? So the other thing that will happen is that when you get close together, or when you feel close, they will pull away. Surprise, surprise. Okay. So let's just take a little look at them. If you want to screenshot this, if you're trying to learn a little bit about men or women and dating, the avoidant attachment style will give you mixed messages, will be hot and cold, will love bomb you perhaps, will take their love away, especially when you think everything's going amazing. They may future fake, promise the world and never come through. They, when you're close, they will pull away. All right. So I don't know, maybe you just made love to them last week and then all of a sudden they have ghosted you, or have said that, oh my goodness, my work is so busy right now. I couldn't possibly see you until next month. The other thing that happens with the avoidant attachment is, and I'll just start a new page here, is they will get into third-party situations on purpose, right? They'll get into third-party situations on purpose because either you or them will be unavailable. Like, you might be married or they might be in a partnership already, and we couldn't possibly leave that because my wife is still reliant upon me for money, or XYZ, right? Fill in the blanks. The other thing is they might get into a relationship with you from a distance. So it might be an online relationship. They might live in Guatemala and you might live in Antarctica, which would be highly unlikely, but let's just go through these ones. So they'll get into a third-party situation on purpose, and they will get into a relationship from a distance. And I also want to write on purpose. Okay, so it'll be this unattainable thing, like they would never be able to get a visa from their country to come and see you, or they would never be able to have the means, or the resources to come and see you in real life anyway, so they can have this long distance relationship. So another avoidant attachment style is to choose long distance on purpose. I do want to be with you. But we could never be together because you live in Antarctica and I live in Guatemala. It just wouldn't work. But we can still, have video sex online every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay. So what's really interesting about an avoidant attachment person, whether they are male or female, is that they want to be attached to you and they will show you that they like you. It may take them a long time to say I love you, or it may be quick. They may say I love you quickly. So they'll attach to you and then they'll avoid you. And then they'll attach to you and then they'll avoid you. So it's a very hot and cold, up and down roller coaster ride, which kind of looks like shark's teeth, right? I'm getting close to you, I'm running away. I'm getting close to you, I'm running away. Close, running away, close, running away, close, etc., etc. And this can go on for years and years and years, days and months and years. And so you might have let's just say it's a long distance thing. You might have the best video sex you've ever had with this person, or the best conversation. We don't always have to bring it down to sex, but you know, the best conversation where you've made promises and you're gonna, I don't know, I don't know, you're gonna buy that house or whatever you're gonna do, and then they will be gone. You know, you won't see them for a while. If you're going through this, it causes a lot of confusion. And if you're going through this, it can also cause a lot of self-esteem issues. So these are some of the symptoms that you might feel. I'm going to call them symptoms, but I guess they're also, you know, feelings. So we'll call them symptoms or feelings. The first one is confusion. You know, I thought they liked me. Where have they gone? The next is that you may question your own self-esteem. You know, am I good enough for this person? Maybe I push them away in some kind of way. So there'll be all this questioning. You may even try and change your appearance so that you think, well, you know, maybe they didn't like it that I wore that, I don't know, that floral dress that day. Maybe because their favorite color is green, I should rock up in a green bikini. You may even try and reach out to them and say, you know, have I done something wrong? You may try and, you know, ask your friends or family if you're good enough. That's a really big one. That's related back into self-esteem. So if, you know, if you're learning and you want to screenshot these, I'll just put them here. So the symptoms or feelings that you might be feeling if you're dealing with an avoidant attachment: confusion. You might be confused. You might have self-esteem issues. You might be questioning yourself, you know, what did I do wrong or right? Or how can I make it be the way it used to be with this person? You might change your appearance to try and, you know, impress them more. You might try and reach out and even ask them, you know, ask that specific person what you've done wrong, or if, you know, if they're still on board with being with you. You might even ask your friends or family if you're good enough. Okay. So most people watching this video today would have gone through this in some kind of way. And the severity of how you feel will depend on your own attachment style. If you have a codependent attachment style, that means that you seek gratification from another person within a relationship more eagerly than someone who doesn't have a codependent attachment style. So if you need someone to tell you that they're, I don't know, that they've gone to the shop and they'll be back at noon, you know what I mean? Like if you need someone to specifically give you more than what we could say would be normally expected from another person, then you would find someone who has the avoidant attachment style to be very difficult to live with, especially if they go away. I want to say ghost, you know, if they ghosted you for a certain period of time and then came back and, you know, without any explanation, instead of saying, you know, I'm going away for 2 weeks and I'll have no Wi-Fi in Peru, then you could, you know, understand that. But if someone just literally says, you know, talk soon, and then they, you know, you think you're on the same page with them and doesn't come back, if you've got a codependent attachment style, that's really going to be something that's going to be very, very, I want to say scary for you. Codependent attachment style is, you know, usually develops earlier in childhood when the child went through some kind of trauma or didn't feel safe in some kind of way growing up. So in their relationships now, and all types of relationships, not just romantic relationships, they feel the need to know where people are you know, not because they're stalking them, but just because it makes them feel safe. Okay, well, you know, my counterpart's at work and he will get home at 5:30, and if he doesn't get home at 5:30 because he's going to run late, he'll send me a text message to let me know. And really, this is just when you care about someone anyway, you want to know where they are. So in a way, we all have a codependent attachment style, but it just depends on the degrees that you have it. So what's really interesting about this video, and I want to just go one step further before I go, is that someone with an avoidant attachment style will not realize necessarily that they are hurting you. You know, they may be unaware of that. You know, as soon as they get close to you, and it feels good, they then want to run away. So there's my little stick figure drawing for the day. As soon as they get close to you, and that can be you up there. Don't you look amazing? All dressed in blue. Right? As soon as they get close to you, they then want to run away. And then what will happen is they'll miss you. So they'll come back to you again. And then they'll feel awkward about, you know, being close to you. So they'll run again. So what needs to happen with the avoidant attachment person is usually they need to go through a little bit of counseling to realize that their style is why they're doing this. So, you know, they might send you a text message and promise to meet you, and then they might, I don't know, let's say you're going to meet at a coffee shop or something on Sunday, and then they might give you an excuse and say, oh, I've actually been called into work, when they haven't really. They get nervous. It's kind of like, you know, the jitters that you might have before you get married. You know, they get jittery. As soon as they get close, they want to pull away, and then they miss you. That's a really important point here, which I didn't write down, but then they miss you after they've left, so they want to come back again. But the periods of them leaving can range from days to weeks to months. And for some people who are severe avoidant attachment, you know, even though they care about you, they might wait years to even reach out, which is really scary. So why am I telling you all this? How is it important? How does it relate to dating? How does it relate to you? You can see within yourself if you are an avoidant attachment personality, or if you're the person you're interested is, or perhaps you are a codependent attachment style, which I was talking about before, where, you know, you need to know where people are. You need to know when they're going to text you next. You need to know when they're going to be available. You know, in all relationships, not just romantic relationships. So as you go on the, you know, on the dating profile, on the dating profiles, on the dating apps, or, you know, looking around for a counterpart, or whatever you're doing on those things, if you're on those, or even in, you know, the real world, I call it the real world and the fake world, but be aware that some people are avoidant attachment. So even though they're saying, I mean, some people are just liars and they'll tell you what you need to hear, and that's kind of, that goes into the term of narcissism. But if someone genuinely does like you and they're telling you they like you, and you have a really great time with them, and then they go missing, and then they come back, and then they say, I missed you, and then they go missing, right? This could be evidence that they are an avoidant attachment style. And it's really important that you're aware of this, because, as I say, you know, these people need professional counseling to realize what they're doing, to realize that their behaviors are actually hurting other people. Because a lot of the avoidant attachments, and if you're one yourself, you'll know that you would have lost a lot of relationships that you couldn't hold on to because you just couldn't stay there. You know, a normal, healthy relationship would mean that both people, even though they might go to work or do whatever they've got to do in their life, you know, they're on the same page, they're on the same level, they're willing to, you know, say to that other person, well, hey, I've got work from 9 till 5 today, but once I've cooked dinner and done my chores, maybe at 9 o'clock we could, have a phone call or something. So they're willing, normal people who don't have strange attachment styles will be willing to, be on the same page, right? And even if one of those people is or has a codependent attachment style and needs to know, where are you going, where are you going to be, that kind of thing, the other person will be able to understand that and say, yeah, sure, I'll let you know when I'm coming home, or I'll let you know when we can meet up next week. I'll be at work, but if you really need to contact me, here's my email, or here's my WhatsApp, or here's my, I don't know, Facebook Messenger, or whatever app, or I don't know, maybe just using the phone. Doesn't matter. So I think this video is really important. If you're dealing with someone who has, or if you have the avoidant attachment style and you want to break through and come through this, I offer counseling to help with this, so that you can feel comfortable in relationships, and where you're okay to be vulnerable, because it's really all about vulnerability. If we just quickly go back to this page where the avoidant attachment is coming in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, it's really a matter of them feeling uncomfortable when they're vulnerable. So we can break through that. If that's what you're experiencing, we can break through that. And on the other flip side, if you are the codependent attachment style, where you feel quite needy and you need someone to let you know where they are, and you need to feel validated in a lot of different ways, I can also help you cope with that as well, because some of you might already be in relationships, and they don't have to be romantic. It could be that you have a relationship with your mother where your mother just doesn't let you know where she is, and you worry about her, and you would really like to know that mum's okay, and perhaps mum ought to know that, she should at least check in with you, I don't know, whenever you both decide. Alrighty, so I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a really important video as it relates to dating as well as everyday life, and I'm sure some of you have dealt with either the avoidant attachment style or the codependent attachment style. To get in touch with me, please go down to the description box and see what I offer. I do offer one-on-one counseling where you can talk to me on a call, and we can discuss, what's going on with you in real time, whether that's related to twin flames, everyday relationships, or romantic relationships. The other thing I want to say is, if you haven't liked my video, I would appreciate you doing that. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. If you want to send a donation, my details are also in the description box, and that would be much appreciated so I can keep the channel going. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.